Montreal Canadiens fans, turn off your computer screens, close your eyes, and cover your ears because this might piss you off. Or maybe it won't. Honestly, I think it's just kind of bait to talk about this entire thing because it is true. We did have ourselves a publication going out there and ranking some of the top prospects, but I thought this was more than an interesting enough topic to talk about because not only did we have ourselves Philadelphia Flyers prospect Matvei Michkov recently beat out Montreal Canadiens prospect Ivan Demidov, but we also had a bunch of other prospects discussed and a bunch of other non-prospects talked about too. So, where exactly am I referring to this entire Michkov one-upping Demidov thing? Well, it's all available to us on sportexpress.ru. Now, this is unfortunately zoomed in a little bit too much. If we zoom out, how does that look? Okay, yeah, that's a lot better. This is sportexpress.ru, which is one of the main Russian websites for hockey news and sports publications. And what they did was they compiled an entire set of lists here for the best hockey player, best goalie, best defender, best trainer, management, KHL player, and even more on their website. And it's a very nicely made graphic. They have interactive menus that you could go out there and click on. I mean, if you click on it, it goes right to the same page, so it doesn't really, fit, I would say. You could probably say that it would be better if this linked to like a Hockey DB or an Elite Prospects page, but if you click on it, it just goes over to the same page one more time. Either way, there is an entire breakdown as to the voting that they had done. They have a whole bunch of analysts over here, 60 different names, going out there and voting on all of these different categories, from best hockey player, goalkeeper, defender, attacker, junior player, so U20, trainer, manager, and KHL hockey player. If you scroll down over here, you can read that the sportexpress.ru Best Hockey Player of Russia project is a large-scale project of Sport Express, in which all the largest Russian sports media are participating. The award, which was founded in 2023, determines the best player of the season in our country. You can vote for both KHL and NHL representatives and potentially any other league in the world. The only condition is that their hockey player has to have Russian citizenship. In addition to the main category, winners were chosen in 7 more. Goalkeeper, defender, forward, junior, coach, manager, and KHL player. In this nomination, you could vote for foreigners. A total of 60 people took part in the survey, all leading authors, commentators, and bloggers of Russia. The list of voters included journalists from SE, KHL TV, Match TV, Championship, Sports RU, Sport 24, TASS, RIA, Novosti, Ivetsia, RB Sport, Meta Ratings, AllHockey.ru, Business Online, YouTube channel Slippery Ice, and This Is Hockey Brother. Okay, so they actually did a really good, diverse list of people to get involved in this vote over here. Each participant in the survey could name the top 5 of the best hockey player, and then all the other nominations were summed up in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 points category. Let's go out there and review some of these lists over here before diving into the junior player. The best hockey player for Russian hockey in 23-24 is named as Sergei Bobrovsky, 468 points. Second place is Nikita Kucherov, and third was Artemi Panarin. You can see the table of votes here. Bobrovsky got 33 first place votes, Kucherov had 23, Panarin had 1, and then as the list goes down, you can see a few other names here. Ilya Nabokov, Nikita Gusev, Kirill Kaprizov, Tarasenko, a bunch of other names over there. But this is going to be carried a lot, I would say, by NHL success. Kucherov won the Art Ross, Artemi Panarin made the 3rd round, but Sergei Bobrovsky won the Stanley Cup. So Russian voters going out there and voting him as the best Russian hockey player right now, not a surprise. As a result, you could say that he is the #1 goaltender as well, followed by Shesterkin and Nabokov, which is interesting. You have 2 NHL guys and then 1 non-NHL guy at the top of the list. Interesting also to note here is that Ilya Sorokin is so far down, he's 7th overall, beaten out by Vasilevsky, Kochetkov, Shesterkin, Bobrovsky, and then 2 KHL guys. So interesting to see how that goes down. For defender, the best Russian defender, as ranked by Russian voters, is Alexander Nikishin, Dmitry Orlov, and then Dmitry Kulikov. Forward, it's going to be Kucherov, and then Panarin, and then Kaprizov. That's an interesting way to spell Kaprizov. Interesting loss in translation there. But getting into the category that everybody wanted to talk about, it's why you clicked on this video. If you go over to the best junior player, under 20 guy in Russian hockey today, it is none other than Matvei Michkov at 19 years old with 114 points on the vote, who is better than Ivan Demidov at number 2 and Anton Silayev at number 3. If you go over here, you'll see that Demidov actually had more first-place votes than Matvei Michkov, so that is kind of a differentiation with where the voting numbers lie. Demidov had the most first-place votes out of every junior player on this list, but because he had fewer second-place votes, he actually goes with the second overall ranking if you total everything up. Ivan Miroshnichenko had 11 first-place votes, 0 second-place votes, and 4 third-place votes. He's 4th overall on the list in total. Matvei Michkov had 15 first-place votes, 12 second-place votes, and 3 third-place votes. So most voters actually had Michkov in their top 3. Meanwhile, if you compare it to Ivan Demidov, let's do 16 plus 4, that's 28, so that's 28. 28 out of the 60 voters on this entire list here actually had Demidov on their top 3 at all. So 32, over half of them, did not have Demidov as one of the top 3 prospects in Russian hockey right now. Meanwhile, for Matvei Michkov, 15 plus 12, okay, that is 27, plus 3, that's 30. You had a few more voters actually have Michkov on their top 3 ballot, thus leading to him having more results and having a higher standing in totality, even though the first place vote option actually does go to Demidov. He had 16 versus Michkov, who had 15. Now, the thing is, if you were to ask for my opinion, who is the best junior in Russia right now, who's the best Russian prospect, I'd say that Matvei Michkov automatically gets the number 1 vote because he is technically older and because it's already guaranteed that he's going to be playing in Philadelphia this upcoming year. If he goes out there and gets literally like a 70-point year, I don't think anybody's going to be too surprised. For Demidov, I don't think he has that potential in 2024, 2025 just yet. If he were to make the Montreal Canadiens, it would be one of the biggest jumps we have seen out of any Russian prospect ever, literally ever. Going from the Russian Junior League, double point per game guy over there, to the NHL in the next season, that is unprecedented leaps and bounds compared to what we have seen out of every other Russian prospect in the past. So for Demidov, he's going to have to go over to the KHL, and he's going to have himself a crazy good year if he wants to be considered by Russian voters at least as better than Michkov right now. Demidov was at 2 points a game in the MHL, yes, but Michkov was a very solid point producer in the KHL already, 2 years in a row. So I think Michkov being number 1, it makes sense, especially when you consider who's voting over here. All of the people from different Russian sports outlets and journalism platforms going out there giving their say. Oh, you could actually see the breakdown of whom they had as the 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so for example, Alexei Belov of Sports had Kantsarov as his number 1, Michkov as his 2, and Simashev, the defenseman, as number 3. If you scroll down over here, you'll see a lot of Miroshnichenko, Silayev, Demidov, Kantsarov. It's very interesting to see the diversification of first-place votes. Anton Silayev, by the way, big defenseman out of Torpedo, 3rd overall in the voting. Good to see him on the list. But either way, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as to Matvei Michkov just beating out Ivan Demidov as Russia's very own self-proclaimed best prospect. They did the voting. This is the results over here. You can see everything laid out on the website. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to explore this and more for regular players and everything. I want to see best KHL hockey player. Okay, Nikita Gusev. That makes sense. Yeah, he ran away with the lead on that one. Either way, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as to this entire junior voting. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.